Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm Anthony Cordova, Tony C., the man about love, the soul reader. And I'm here for you. Whether you're listening in replay or whether you're here live, I'm here for you. So let's get right on into the show and see what we got going on this evening, because it should be interesting. Or not, but we'll see. So, again, as I said, I'm Anthony Cordova, Tony C., the soul reader. I call myself the soul reader is because the reason is that I am a psychic natural born empath. Now, most of you know what a psychic is, and all the, stuff psychics do. But my specialty is reading souls, and the reason that is my specialty is because I'm a natural born empath, which means I was born this way, and I feel people's feelings, their emotions. So a person can be walking around all happy and things are good, and on the surface they seem that way, but on the inside they are not. And that's where I come in. That is where I can read people. Now, I don't have my producer here with me, so it's hard for me to see who's on, and I can't really see it for sure. But I see you in the audience, and it looks like poetry or poultry. Well, whichever. Welcome. I'm happy that you're here. And I do readings on this show. And hello, Stefan. I see you. I know that's you. Um, so I do readings on this show, but the readings I do are unlike readings you get from most psychics. Like I said, I'm an empath and I tap in to people's souls. I'm a natural born empath. This is the way I've been throughout my life. And hello, Connie. And hello, like I said, I don't have my glasses. It looks like Wendy. So if I say someone's name wrong, it's because even with my glasses, I can't see this new screen at the distance the phone is from me. So, I've just been filling, Wendy, I've just been filling people in on what I do. I'm a psychic natural born empath, and I do readings on this show. And I will do a reading. I will do several readings, as many as people want. Well, not really. It's about an hour show, sometimes less. But if you want a reading, you just can put up your hand, or there's a ask button in the lower towards the left hand corner, and you can hit that button and request to speak. My producer is not here with me this evening, so please bear with me if I'm slow on seeing the comments and all of that stuff. So yes, I do readings here, psychic readings. Now, I when I do this, it's more conversational, just like we're here right now. Um, I'll start talking to you and just general conversation, and soon after I start speaking with you, I'll start picking things up from you, what type of person you are. That's what usually comes through on me first. And then from continuing having a conversation, I can pick up more things. I can pick up more things. And then we'll get into what concern you may have this evening. And I see someone else has come into the audience, and please bear with me. I can't even see with my glasses, but I see it looks like Tanisha, I believe. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy that all you are here, and know that I do free readings here, free psychic readings, but it's conversational and it focuses on you. That's one of the things I really do. Oh, lights are blinking. That's weird. So and lights are going out. This is really, and Eh, oh, it's weird. Yeah, now I'm coming back. I am sorry for that, but this is weird. This is going to be a interesting evening because not all of the lights went off. And I gotta push some buttons here to make sure we're back into the right show. I apologize for that, but really weird. I have one, two, three, three different lights on, and I have a soundboard here and all of that. Only one light went off, and then it came back on. Light went back off, it came back on, and then a light at my desk went off and came back on, and then my soundboard turned off and came back on, and that's when the other light turned off too. So, really weird. Woo! That's never happened to me before in any of my shows or and the show my wife and I do together. It's never happened before. So it's going to be an interesting evening, and I may have lost some of the comments here. And all right, I don't think I missed anything. But yes, I do live readings here, and they're free. I will never charge you for a reading on this show. Which reminds me, I have a new website. It's I don't think it's in the fortune cookie just yet, but it is called know to be still.com. So that's WNO. What a night. K and W. I have to laugh at myself. Number two, letter B, still.com. No to be still.com. That's my website, and you can find out more about me and who I am. So we're going to get to the reading soon. I just wanted to touch real quick on what this episode is about, what the title of the episode is. So the title of this episode is You're Enough. You are enough. And the issue is that most of us don't understand that or don't believe it about ourselves that we're enough. Just the way we are, we're enough, we're good. You know, we as people, as individuals, we put more pressure on ourselves than anyone else. We create our self doubt. Now, people may say things around us or to us that will trigger that self doubt, but they may not have even meant it in a way to put you down or make you feel less than. They people say things, and that's the way it is. But we're enough, just the way we are. Now, I'm not saying there's no room for improvement. We all should try to improve who we are and how we interact with people and how we love and how we show love to people. Yes, that is something we should do. But to beat ourselves up and tell ourselves that we're not enough, or to tell ourselves that we're stupid or inferior or whatever it is, whatever negative talk it is, when you hear yourself do that, you might say it in your mind, you might say it out excuse me, out loud, but when you hear yourself thinking that way, stop it. Stop yourself and realize you are enough. You're a human being on this planet that has love, can give love, and love yourself. Because within this show, my goal is to help people get centered, to help people interact with other people better. Because once we become centered in who we are and we do the things in life we're supposed to do, which is a loaded question, I know. That's a whole nother topic. on what is it we're supposed to do, because a lot of us are just walking around just not knowing what the heck we're supposed to be doing. And that's okay, because it all is a learning curve, to figure out, what's going on. Nobody knows, uh, or no one has all the answers. So don't be so hard on yourself. And actually, that's that's it. Don't be so hard on yourself. That is the title of the episode for next week. Don't be so hard is what I call it. So next week we're going to be talking about don't be so hard. And and that episode is going to be about not being so hard on yourself, but also don't be so hard towards other people. We don't show the kindness and love that we're supposed to be showing to each other. So remember that. So I don't see anyone that wants a reading yet, but I'm happy to do a reading for you. And now these readings can be somewhat sensitive sometimes. Sometimes I'm not going to spill all your dirt and all of that. I'm not that kind of psychic. I just strictly deal with your feelings or some trauma that may have in your life that created a block that keeps things from flowing the way they're supposed to. Okay, we have Amy to join the audience. And Amy, this is when you can get a free reading. You can get a free psychic reading from me. Okay, now, but welcome to the show. And as I said earlier before you came in, Amy, when I do readings, I do it conversationally, just like I'm talking right now. There's no woo woo. I talk to you, I start getting readings on you, and after I do that, then I would probably ask, what's your concern? What is it you're concerned about? So, hi. Yeah, I see you say hi. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love highs and smiles and love. I like to spread love everywhere I can, which is cool. But I really would love to do a reading for someone, because that's what this show is about, doing readings, and so you can help heal heal a little bit. Now, I'll tell you something else, because, I can understand people can be nervous about getting a live reading where everyone else can hear. But I have a safe word. The safe word is stop. It's that simple. You don't have to scream stop. You can just say stop, and I will stop. If something gets too sensitive for you, or something, or if I touch on something that um, you may not want people to know. And usually I can feel the things a person may not want someone to know about them, and I try to avoid that, kind of steer around it, um, until you say it. Um, because I just don't want to just put everything out there to make you feel uncomfortable. So I try to be very sensitive in what I say and how I say it. So I want you to be comfortable with this. So anyone wants a reading? I know I've asked several times. Does anyone want a reading? Because I will do that tonight for you. But maybe if I give you some music, this is the music I play before I start doing readings. It's like all mystical and all that. Just to get in the mood, get in the mood to get a reading, which would be cool. Okay, we have Amy that would like a reading, so we're gonna turn this down. And Amy, I don't know how familiar you are with Fireside and the app, But what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a invite to come to the stage, and it's also going to invite you to video because it helps me if you're on video for me to get a quicker reading on you. So I'm getting ready to send that, and you should see it. Oh, just in a few seconds. Ah, there, I see you on the stage. Now we just need. There you are. Oh, cool, Amy.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I'm a mess. I wasn't expecting this.
Oh, you're not a mess. I'm having a little problem hearing you. You sound like
Oh,
you're far away. Is
oh.
there
Does
anything you
that
can do
help?
about that?
Uh, Let me try just to take this out. Just one
Okay.
second.
Let's see if that
Does
can
this
help.
help?
No, this is
Oh,
weird. Let me see if I can turn you up on this side. Oh, now you're gone again. Look, I'm going to send you another invitation to the stage, and maybe it'll be, and you'll also get that invite to video. I think maybe your signal might be weak or something. There, we're back.
okay. Hello. Is that better?
Yeah, wait a minute. You know what?
Is
Maybe
that
it's
better?
me.
Oh,
It is me. Earlier, my light started flickering and everything. So let me adjust something here. It should just take a second, and then you should hear me better, and I should hear you better.
okay.
Let's see. I think that did it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, now you
Hear
should,
me
yeah,
better
you can
now?
hear me better. I can hear you better.
Yeah, great.
Cool. This is much better. Also, everyone with Fireside here, they've did some updates to the app. So if I look like I'm like blown up in the screen and you can just see this much of my face, just pinch the screen down and you'll be able to see everything. You'll be able to see me and Amy because Fireside changed that, and most people don't know. So can you see me okay, Amy?
Yeah, I can see you great.
Cool. This is great. All
Yeah.
right, Amy. Now I can focus on you now that we're not having the technical problems.
Oh, good.
Okay.
You can still hear me okay?
Yes, I hear you great now. Everything is wonderful. I can see you good. I hear you good. Okay. So, what I'm picking up from you already is, and usually I don't start with this, but with you, I am. Um, you're troubled. There's something. Now, I don't know what it is yet, so don't blurt it out yet.
Okay.
Because I still want to do some other focusing on you more. So I feel that you're troubled, and that's not odd for people that come to this show that's troubled.
Yeah.
But your trouble, your your trouble is kind of weird for you because you're really not a troubled person. Some people, most of their lives, they're just troubled. There's
Mhm.
stuff going on and they're woe is me all the time, but that's not you. You're really a, a pretty level,
Yes,
if
yeah.
if that makes it pretty level. You don't get way down. You have good times, but you're kind of level. Everything works pretty good for you
Yeah.
emotionally.
Yeah.
But this trouble, I don't know exactly what it is yet, and I am going to ask you. So, what is your concern? And what I want, and this may not be what you thought about before, and maybe it isn't, Maybe it
Okay.
is. I'm not sure. And to tell you this too, you know, being a psychic empath is not an absolute. It's not 100%. You
Mhm.
know, sometimes I'm picking up things and they're real strong. Sometimes it's so just I'll let you know that.
Yeah. I
But yeah, tell me what your main concern is right now.
well, you're right. I'm pretty good at coping, and my dad passed away in end of March, and we had a complicated relationship, me and all my siblings, and so I'm just dealing with the kind of the mess he left while he was here on Earth, and dealing with my siblings and just me really, and trying to get back to normal and being able to cope with life. And
Okay.
thank you, by the way. Thank you so much for speaking with me, by the way.
Oh,
I
you
appreciate
are
it.
welcome, and I thank you because it really does take a brave person to like come on a show to get a reading. You know, it really does. And it takes a strong person to be able to do that. So thank you
Oh, yeah.
for coming here and doing that. So with your dad, I'm feeling twofold.
Hmm.
I'm and you know, I give degrees of how right I feel about something. So I'm going to tell you two things. The first thing I'm going to tell you, I'm like 50-50. The second thing I'm going to tell you, I'm probably like 70%, 75% sure. So the first thing I feel is that he left this financial mess. Now,
Yeah.
is that accurate?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's left this financial mess, and the second part is he's, and I know you kind of told me that this what I'm getting ready to say, but it's a lot deeper than you vocalize. So he also left this emotional mess.
Yes.
He created in his life. He created a lot of emotional scarring
Yeah.
with
Hmm.
you and your siblings.
Yeah.
And I'm not it. Your mother's still alive.
Yes, she is.
Give me a second. I feel like your mother was there for it all,
Yeah.
but she couldn't handle it either.
No.
She couldn't handle it, so she ignored a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff he was doing, um, you know, in her mind, it's like, well, I'll never change him. I'll never change him. I'll never change him. This is what I'm hearing. I'll never change him.
Hmm.
I just need to stay out of the way.
Yeah.
That's kind of how she was thinking during all of this. I just need to stay out of his way
Yeah.
because she didn't want everything directed at her.
Yeah.
It's like being beat down
Hmm.
emotionally. So that's the spot he put her in. So you didn't always get the support you wanted from your mother.
Hmm.
Now the things with your siblings and with your father passing, and I'm going to tell you some things about your father um, for where he is now. But with him passing, all of the hurt and the pain your father caused within the family is there. It's still there. And it's actually worse
Yeah.
than when he was alive, because at least when he was alive, you all knew that, oh, one day, one day we'll resolve this. One day, yeah, we'll all resolve this. But now it's like you can't resolve it. So it's on all this unresolved crap, and it's going on in, I'm feeling, is it three of you? How many?
No.
How many?
Well, so there's actually six altogether.
Six.
Mhm.
I never would have figured that out. I wasn't even close. I was feeling that. I see a three. Now, no. See, I'm still going to keep reaching. So, are these? Are you all? Did you all grow up in the same household?
No, five of us did. Well, there's four that are biologically my mom and my dad, and then my oldest sister is my half sister, but he adopted her. And then I have a half brother who's much younger than I am, who was adopted by somebody else.
Okay.
So he didn't raise him, but he's come
That's
around.
that's that's where that confusion came in for me, because I'm like nowhere close. I'm like, ooh, that really, I never would have figured that out. No, no
There's
way.
there's a,
That was
there's
a
a
hard one. Yeah, that was a hard one. So, and actually, with that information, it even makes it more difficult, because some of you have the same kind of issues
Mhm.
with him, and then some of you don't. The
Yeah.
issues are vastly different, and they
Yeah.
see him they see him differently, because there's some of the other siblings didn't spend the time with him like some of you did.
Mhm.
So they have a different image of him and
Yeah.
different issues with him.
Mhm.
Um, Now, as far as you, now the stuff with your siblings, that is something that you can take care of. All
Yeah.
of you can take care of that. You have to be willing to do the work. And when you all should start getting together to talk about some of these things, some of your siblings won't want to talk,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
the ones that don't want to talk really should go to therapy and at least talk, to a therapist about it. But those of you that are close enough to have these conversations without anger, because I say without anger, but some of you gonna get angry. It might get ugly, but try to have some of these conversations with your siblings, because you'll find that uh, you guys have a lot of things in common with dealing with your father, but then a lot of things are just completely different. But
Yeah.
what that will do is help you understand your siblings better, and your siblings will understand you better and how you feel with issues with your father.
Mhm.
It'll create a stronger bond between all of you. Now, with your father, your father is okay. He's and I've told people this before. He is he is not like dancing in the clouds with wings and all of that and this perfect being. But your father was the way he was for a long time.
Mhm.
A long, long time. So your father also has trauma.
Yeah.
And being the type of person he was while he was here, uh, when he gets when he crossed over, um, his vibration levels were lower. I don't know if that makes sense. Some people are when I a person like you, um, you're light. Your vibrations are something flying around in here. You're light. Your vibration levels are lighter. You know, it
Mhm.
lift you up. But then some of us have are lower, and our minds or our souls are not open to things, open to people, open to love. And I'm talking about this unconditional love. Someone put it to me like this: that Jesus kind of love. You
Mhm.
know, you just love. So that's not him. I'm not saying he couldn't love, but he's just not open like that. So when he's on the other side, he has some things to learn,
Yeah.
you know. And
Mhm.
those lessons can happen quickly, or they could take longer. Now on the other side, things are relative. Time is relative. What we think is a long time might be a minute for him, you know.
Yeah.
Um, But right now, for us looking at it, it'll take a little while. However, and I don't know whether this will give you any comfort or not, but he is not the same person as he was when he was here.
Mm.
You know, a lot of mediums, and they might not even other mediums might not want me to say this, but you'll see a lot of mediums and when they talk about a person's parent or a loved one from the other side,
Mhm.
they'll say, you know, "Oh, we see him. He's wearing coveralls and a such and such hat, and that's exactly what he wore. You know, that person wore when they were alive." But souls that are on the other side, they show themselves in a way where we will understand it.
Mhm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Mhm.
They'll show us to where, so we'll be comfortable and we can say, "Oh yes, that's my dad." Okay.
Mhm.
But in reality, they're kind of not like that.
Yeah.
you know th- they, they just show us what we need to see so we can understand them.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So your father is not the exact same person he was when he was here.
That's good.
He does know, he does, yes, he does know that he does know he's got things to learn. And he also knows the pain he caused.
Does I wondered.
Oh, he definitely knows the pain he caused because that gets into the lessons that he needs to learn. Okay, so on the other side, where I say I'm an empath and I can feel people's pain. I can feel their love. I can feel these things. So it's
Mhm.
like that for him on the other side.
Okay. I wonder. I. This is one of the big things that I've wondered because in my mind, he was a dangerous person and continued to be. Um, I up until he died in my mind, but I'm being told other things from his siblings and people around him, and I guess ultimately I do want him to find peace, and I don't want him to suffer, and but I don't want to suffer either. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
No. No. Well, that's part of what I'm telling you is that your perception of him being dangerous. Um, that's partly accurate, but
Yeah,
I don't pick up. I don't really pick up bad
yeah,
from him. I don't pick up this, some people I get really negative energies from, but I don't feel that from him.
so do
More
you?
of it's more of
Oh, oh, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Oh, oh, now I
uh
can hear you.
it's went off again. Well, not really. But if you can hear me, I'm going to keep talking while
Yeah.
I'm getting the equipment back up. This has been a weird night for equipment. Amazing. So, with your father, I don't get bad or malicious. I don't get that. I don't get that from him,
Mhm.
but more of, uh, and I don't know whether this is going to make sense to you. Probably not. Um, but I get more of, and let's see, I can plug this back in and see whether we can. Okay, can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yes?
Can you hear me
Yes. All
better?
right. And I hear you again also. Yeah, not malicious. I get just not knowing. You know what I mean? It's like he didn't really understand how he should be.
Yeah.
It's like he never had the guidance
Yeah.
as he was growing up. The his I'll just say role model weren't necessarily good role models for today. It
Yeah.
may have been okay when he was growing up and he believed that that is the way a man is supposed to be, but it wasn't. That type of lifestyle, that mindset, um, doesn't work. you know, it doesn't work. It's
Right.
it's not a good thing.
I always viewed him as being sick. Um, I I know that he did love me and my siblings, um, and I could feel that. I know that, but I view him as being sick, and he just couldn't overcome his sickness.
Um, that's very possible. That's very possible. I guess that's why when it comes to, and I know I'm jumping around the way I talk because I keep picking up different things. When it comes to mental illness,
Hmm.
it's difficult for me to read someone with mental illness. And it's because their minds are kind of fractured
Hmm.
and it's hard to get a clear picture of what's going on with them because they don't even know what's going on with them.
Yeah.
But so earlier when I said it wasn't malicious, he
Hmm.
just didn't know or understand. And I still feel that some of it is from the way he grew up.
Yeah. I I I believe that. I can.
So, so the good thing is, if it was a mental illness, if it was a sickness, he's not sick anymore.
That's good.
So that mental illness is not there, but he still has some things to learn,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so he can recover. But there is stuff flying. This is such a weird night. There's like gnats flying around and lights going off and coming on. This is a weird night. Oh man. So yeah, that's about it. You just need to keep reminding yourself that he's not who he was when he was here. And he wishes you no harm. He wishes you no pain. He doesn't want to see you or your siblings in pain.
Hmm.
Um, that no, there's no way. There's no way he wants to see you guys in pain. Uh, and I'm gonna go back to yeah, you and your siblings need to talk about
Okay.
that stuff if you can. Like the ones that don't want to talk, it's okay.
Well, I have an older sister who's she's like textbook narcissist, and I just
Ooh, that's not fun.
no. She's been so
Gee,
hard. It's been so hard. So I that's been really hard, but my other siblings, I could yeah, I can definitely see talking about it would help
yeah,
for sure.
it
Yeah.
it it, it would. See the thing about us, and I'm talking about human beings. Um, we have the power to do so many things that we don't realize. We have a lot of power to be able to heal ourselves of and I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. Let me say that. But we do have a lot of power to be able to heal ourselves.
Mhm.
And often it's talking because this is what you do when you go to a therapist. They can zero in on what's going on with you faster than you can. And that makes sense. That's their profession. That's what they do. And it's the same when I do readings. I can get to whether it's a blockage, whether it's pain that they have from some trauma from childhood or later in life. I can hone in on that faster than you would.
Yeah.
And the same thing for me.
Mhm.
Another psychic can hone in on trauma in me much faster than I can. So we do need to talk to people. And when we're talking about where the message comes from, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's me or a therapist or whether it's your siblings. Talking in love help heal us, where
Yeah.
you can stop feeling so alone. You know, I mean
Mhm.
that's what helps us heal. So, like me talking to you can get you going in the right direction to where if talking to your siblings, you realize, oh, my father really did have a mental illness.
Yeah.
And how can you be angry at a person that truly had a mental illness? You know, your siblings may have seen things about him that you didn't see or know things about him that you don't know.
Yeah.
So you may find those things out and say, "Oh, okay, that's why. That's why he acted this way. That's why he acted that way." You know,
Yeah.
because it doesn't make sense. You know, myself and some of the people in the audience know this. I was severely depressed most of my life.
Mm.
We're talking 40 years depressed. Didn't know I was depressed. I thought that was just life. I thought everybody walked around not wanting to be here, rather
Mm.
be dead. You know, you have some good days, you have some bad days, but I thought that was just life. I thought
Yeah.
everybody's family was dysfunctional. I thought everybody wanted to be alone. I used to not speak to anybody for months at a time. And I thought
Oh.
that was normal. Thought it was just life. I didn't know.
Hmm.
And you know, I wonder what effect that had on my children.
Yeah.
I had a job, I had a career where I could leave home and not come back for months.
Mm.
And that was my stability, you know. That
Mhm.
was my stability. So you don't know what your father was going through. But maybe talking to your brothers and sisters, you'll have more insight. He may have said things to them that he didn't say to you.
Mhm.
You know, we never know, and you know, you already know that your father wasn't perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a
That's
lot of us put our parents on a pedestal,
Mhm.
no matter what. No matter what negative deeds they did during their life, we just put them up on a pedestal. And we don't realize that our parents are imperfect. We
It's
have a hard time seeing it even when we see that they're imperfect. But it's hard because they're our parents. They raised us. They
Mhm.
clothed us. They kept a roof over our head. So it's hard for us to see it. But we need to remember our parents aren't, aren't perfect, weren't perfect, and they're just as screwed up as us. Really? Yeah, you remember that? Ah, dog, my parents are screwed up too.
I think my 14-year-old daughter is starting to realize this about me.
Right. Oh, mom's not perfect. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She's realizing it.
Yeah. But you know, but that's okay. That's okay. The sooner we learn that, the better we are when we get older.
Yeah.
You know, so if your daughter's 14 and she's realizing you're not perfect, cool, good.
Oh, it's rough.
But it's okay.
Uh,
It's
yeah,
okay. You know, it's
yeah,
definitely okay.
yeah.
Man.
I want her to grow up and be stable and normal, more normal than I am.
Yeah, but it's that's normal. We all want our well, I wish all of us wanted our children to be better than us. But most of us, it's our wish that our children are better than us,
Yeah.
that they become more educated than us, that they
Mhm.
become more successful than us, that they don't screw up their kids when they get married or just have kids. We want them to be better than
Mhm.
us.
Yes.
Um, so and that's cool. That's normal. So the sooner our children learn that we're not perfect, the better. And we do, it's a fine line with parents because you have to stay strong for your children,
Yeah.
but sometimes your children need to see that you're not perfect. Hey, hey, I'm having a bad day. Sometimes you just say, I just having a bad day. Work was awful. I'm just having a bad day.
I've
And then your
I
child, go ahead.
yeah. Oh, sorry. I was just saying that I've been trying to hide my grief and all of this stuff coming up from my childhood that's coming up. I've been trying to hide it from them, and it's not working. They're not.
Th-
They they're finding out that I'm far from perfect, and
Yeah,
that's it's been really hard on me actually.
yeah, yeah. So, you need to, you're talking to me now. But you may need to get therapy also to deal with some of these issues because we can't deal with everything we've been through in our lives growing up in an hour.
Yeah.
Talking to an empath. But my hope is that I can help you some,
Yeah.
give you some relief. Um, because one, you want to know whether your father's okay, whether he's suffering. No, he's not. He's good.
Yeah.
He's not the person he was, but he's got learning to do.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
Um, uh, can I ask you one more question and then
Sure.
I've since my dad has passed, I've seen just in the last 4 weeks, I've seen 6 or 7 double rainbows, giant ones. And I don't know if it's from him or even if they're signs, but my grandma, I was really close to my grandma too. And I don't know if it's a sign, coincidence, my dad or my grandma or what is going on. But these are big giant double rainbows. I've
Yeah.
seen
We,
one
we don't we don't see many of those. Years ago, I was an over-road truck driver, so I was outside every day,
yeah.
all over the country. And I've only seen two double rainbows in 40
Oh, really?
years.
Really?
Yes. In 40 years, I've only seen two.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's huh?
But here's what I want you to do because you're curious about that.
Yeah.
So, what I want you to do is to start to talk to your father just the same as you and I talking, the
Okay.
same way. If there's something you want to say to him, just say it. Make sure you're not acting like you're talking to the air. Make sure in your mind you're talking to him.
Okay.
And do that every day. Do that every time you think about him. And you will start to see signs.
Hmm.
You can say, "Hey, Dad, all these double rainbows I've been seeing, is that you?" and then something else might happen that
Okay.
is only significant to you, where he knows to make that thing happen, or he'll give you a feeling. Um, and the feeling will be like when you and him had a happy moment. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You can remember what that felt like. So whenever you're curious, whenever you're missing him, whenever you have a question about is he happy, is he okay, ask him. Do it
Okay.
all the time and you will start getting answers. The answers might be in music. The answer could be in a squirrel doing something silly that maybe your father used to do.
Okay.
It can come from anywhere, but something that would be significant to you and him. And you'll start getting answers. And once once you start getting answers and signs, and I mean, this is for real. I am not making this up. This is for real. I could tell you story on story on story about how many times. Now, I do know I'm an empath, but these things that have happened to me are not small things, not small things at all. These are big things that changed my life, that has saved my life, and it was my father from the other side. So they are there, and they are watching us.
I just always question. I always question. I always question
Yeah,
it, but these double rainbows, they've been magnificent, and they're it's amazing, and so many of them over and over
yeah,
again.
yeah. Like I said, in 40 years, I've only seen it twice,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
was out every day,
yeah.
out in the elements every day, all over the country.
Wow.
I've only seen two.
Glad you told me. Thank you for sharing that, because
You're welcome. No, that is not a normal thing to see double rainbows.
okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah, yeah. So that's really cool. So you know you're getting messages, but the messages can, oh my gosh, they can be in just about anything. And like I said, a song. If you listen to a song may come on, and you might have a random playlist, and it'll say
Mhm.
something exactly the same thing your father would say to you. Or it might be when you are having a problem, just like everyday life problems.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. Is everything going to be okay? And like I said, you may get a sign. You may all of a sudden, for no particular reason, you're going through some stuff, maybe some financial stuff. You don't know what's going to happen. You say, "Hey, Dad, is everything going to be okay?" And you'll feel it. You'll feel something. You may not hear it, but you'll feel something, and then all of a sudden, you will say, "Oh, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay." You just have to watch and pay attention, and the more you see it happen, the more you know, wow, this is real. I wasn't sure whether this was real or not, but now I know this is real. That my
Okay.
dad is communicating with me. And all of us have loved ones, ancestors that are around us that are watching out for us.
Hmm.
We just don't know it.
Yeah, I feel like I can feel my grandma from time to time,
Hmm.
but I haven't really. I've maybe felt my dad really once or twice, but I think I'm scared.
Yeah, well, don't be scared. He
Uh,
wishes you no harm.
I believe
There's
that.
a difference between a ghost and a spirit. A ghost, a ghost quite often is someone that's passed and for whatever reason they weren't able to leave. They're
Oh,
still hanging around. So that's a ghost. Ghosts can do all different types. A ghost can be angry because of the way they died or the trauma they had and they hang around and they're still thinking with the mind of a human.
oh,
But
hmm.
someone that's crossed over to the other side, they're a spirit. And
Okay.
spirits in general don't wish you any harm.
Okay. So he is a spirit.
He's a spirit. He's not a ghost.
Okay.
So
Are
you
you
don't have to be afraid of his spirit.
okay? Okay.
Now,
That's
if
good.
you told me you saw him standing in your hall and he's banging on walls and breaking lights and
No.
breaking mirrors and all of that, oh yeah, you need to be worried about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I would really
But
be
if
afraid of that
but if
space.
you're seeing rainbows and unicorns, oh, you're okay.
Uh,
All is good.
boy.
Yeah. No, seriously, we question the other side because we don't know it.
Yeah.
We haven't felt it.
Mhm.
Okay. But my father has came to me and showed me things so many times. I know it exists. I don't have to question whether he's okay, whether the other side is real. I know this for a fact.
It's
For
pretty.
for a fact. There's no doubt. I'm 100% sure. Like I say, I know this to be true. There's certain things I know, and when I know this to be true, it's true. It's just like looking at the sky and seeing the sky as blue.
Mhm.
When I look at a blue sky, I know the sky is blue. I know this to be true.
Huh.
So that's how it is with me and the other side.
That's a
I
big
know
deal.
it's true. I know it's real. For me, it's as real as you and I talking
Hmm.
right now.
Huh. That's interesting.
So when we here on earth on this planet start realizing that, it kind of bridges the gap
Okay.
from the other side to this side. It brings it closer. So you're able to communicate easier. Now, all of us are different. Some of us, like my father, for instance, he actually saw dead people. Okay. And some were ghosts, some were spirits, but he could physically see them. Thank God I don't. I don't want to see him.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him, but I feel them.
Oh, yeah.
So the way I communicate, like I don't consider myself to be a medium, but I do connect with people on the other side. Sometimes I can do this show and someone from the other side will come, but I will feel them. And so it's hard for me to communicate what they're saying, but I can communicate what I feel. So like I might say something, oh yeah, your grandmother was the type to say, uh, boy, get straight or I'm gonna knock you upside the head. Okay. And that's her energy. That's what the way she comes through, but I don't say it's her. I just say it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Um, yeah. So yeah, your father's good. You don't have to worry about him.
Okay. Okay.
He's not an, and I know I've said this several times, but really he is not the same person as when he was here.
That's good.
He
That's
knows everything he's done while he was here, and that's what he needs to heal from. That's what he needs to learn from.
okay. That is comforting to know that he's not. A few of my family members have said he's probably gone to hell.
No,
And I just
no,
don't
no,
know. I don't-
no. He didn't go to hell. Nope, that did not happen. And that's where I talk about the different energy.
Mhm.
Low energy, high energy, low vibration, high vibration. No, he's not in hell, but he's got lessons to learn,
Yeah. Okay.
for you know, the way he lived while he was here.
Yeah. Okay. All
But
right.
he'll be okay. He's good. He's he's all right. Like I said, he doesn't have wings and bouncing around in clouds and all of that. Nah, he doesn't have that. But and
Do people do some people have that?
yeah, probably. But even seriously, even on this planet, on this earth, um, I would love to be able to say everyone is the same,
Mhm.
but everyone is not the same as far as the energy they have within them and whether the love they have inside of them. Um, you know, most of us here are learning stuff.
Yeah.
We're learning stuff, okay? Um, but some people, because I'm an empath, have different energies that are like there are some people when I see them, I'm just like, oh, I'm so happy to be around you. Oh, yeah, this is great because they give out this love that I just love feeling. It's the like love from the other side. It's just amazing to feel that. And I know we just lost Amy. Well, we lost Amy's video. I hope you're still there. Can you say something, Amy? My producer is back. Can you see whether Amy is there, my producer? I see her camera's still up. And you know what, Amy? I can't. I see you're on stage, but I don't see you or hear you. So what I'm going to do is send you another invite. No, even my stuff says you're still here on the stage. Huh. This has been a weird night. I'm not even gonna say that. Yeah, it's still showing the video that now she moved. Let me try you, see if I can try you again. Because I see your image change. It says turn off, remove from the stage. Um, I'll tell you what I'm gonna try, Amy, because I don't want to just cut you off. I'm going to remove you from the stage, and then I'm going to invite you back like we did before. So that removed you, and now I'm going to invite you back if I can. Yeah, I'm inviting you to speak, and you should see that, and then something's not working. That's not working either. Hmm. Been a weird night. Been a weird night. I will tell you that. And I'm going to try you one more time. I'm sending you an invitation again. And nothing. Well, Amy, Seems like we're not getting you back. If something changes, I don't know if your internet went down or something. Uh, and I know I'm over. Yeah, I do see your message that no, that was from before. Uh, yeah, I'm not getting back. I don't know whether your internet went down or what, but I don't seem to be able to bring you back up. So, um, again, I'm so happy I got to speak to you, Amy, and I hope things helped you. Um, and if you start talking to your father and you start feeling him or seeing signs, please come back to the show and let us know. I see I'm about 11 minutes over, and I don't think. Now, if anybody else in the audience wants a quick reading, because Amy and I talked for a long time, if anyone else wants one, request it now or forever hold your peace. Hey, has anybody ever been to a wedding when they say that and someone speaks now and stops the wedding?
I have.
You have? That's my producer, Jill. You have, Jill?
Yes.
Was that at your
No,
other
it
wedding?
wasn't at my. That's funny. No,
No?
not at my wedding. And when someone got ready to, we didn't get to hear what they said because the groom ran out.
The groom ran out.
The groom, not the bride. The groom.
The groom was out.
As soon as someone even like, cleared their throat like they were going to say something,
He took off.
groom was gone.
I wonder who it was that cleared their voice.
Well, we never found out because they left too. Like it's like that was like the great mystery at the wedding.
Now, was it a male or female that cleared their voice?
A man.
Ah, okay. I will say no more.
Groom gone. Speaker gone. But they still let us sit at the reception. So it was all paid
Hey,
for.
it's all paid for. Yeah, might as well have a good time. Eat the food, dance, and all that. That's cool. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And hi, Monica. I didn't get to say hi to you earlier because I was talking to Amy so long. So again, is there anyone that would like a quick reading? And my readings usually aren't quick, but if you have some general question or something, maybe I can answer it on a quick. But if not, I don't see any request. I may start closing out this show, Jill. How about that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay. Well, thank you to everyone that's come to the audience. And remember, I have a website now, and it's knowtoBeStill.com. That's KNOW. Number 2, be still.
The letter
.com.
B. The letter B, not
The letter B.
not BE.
I even type it wrong when I put it in. But it's know to be still, number 2, letter B, still.com. The site just went live the other day, so if you want to learn a little bit more about me, that would be the place to go. Check
And
it
look
out.
at the sexy pictures of you.
I am fully clothed in these sexy pictures, as so everyone knows. I am fully clothed. So this is not a Playgirl
It's GQ.
centerfold.
It's GQ.
Yeah, it's more like GQ. Yeah. So anyway, what do we got? The music playing now for this outro is Feel Freedom by Sound Mix. The music I played to open this show is Feel the Wave by Emilio Maroon. So that's about it. Next week's show, next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, is Don't Be So Hard. And that goes 2 ways. Don't be so hard on yourself, and don't be so hard on others. Don't be hard to others. But we will get into that then. One more announcement. Poetic People Fighting Racism and me and Really Charlie, we're going to have a and Jill, my beautiful wife, which is the producer. We couldn't do that poetry slam without her. So that is next Saturday, 9 p.m. I'm telling you, this time, and I'm not even going to boot up my my system again because it's the end of the show. Music's gone and all that. But come and check it out, and it'll be a good thing. You can't hear me. I can't hear you, Jill. Our equipment's down because the light's been going off all night. Weird stuff. Weird stuff. Yes. So, anyway, I love all of you. Thanks for coming to the show. I hope to see you next week. I hope to see you during the Poetry Slam. So, again, love you all. I'm going to try to turn off some video, and you know how that goes. And then we will end the show. And please come back again because I just love